Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to Clover Chambers Minutes with Skar. And I am your host, Louise Summy from Ellie Video Productions. And we're just going to give Anne a time to be able to update us on the upcoming situations here during the COVID-19 time of what's going on with our state and, but particularly, our Clover Chamber. So, welcome, Anne.
Thank you so much, Louise. I appreciate you having me with you today.
You are
And
so welcome.
I just wanted to say thanks to all the chamber members for just being with us and hanging with us, and we're all here for you.
Great. So things are starting to open up a little bit out there. So we're now in, are we in phase one or phase one and a half, phase two? I
Yes,
know there's been a few hiccups there along the way, but so what's the official phase that we're in as of right now?
I think we're in phase one and a half,
Okay.
basically, like you were saying. So this is where things are starting to open back up very gradually.
hmm So, what are some of the businesses that are able to open up, and what are the limitations with those businesses?
Well, the restaurants are now being able to serve in dining, so people don't have to just do takeout or curb service. But with the dining in option, there are the stipulations to keep folks 6 feet apart. So
hmm
they're having to take one booth and close it off in between the other booths and various things such as that so that they can keep people situated away from each other.
Um, do you know, have most are most of the restaurants going ahead and reopening with this in mind, or are they some of them maybe staying closed and just not closed, but just doing the keeping with the takeout and curb service?
As of right now, the only one that I know of that is going with the dining in is Victoria's Diner. And they just started doing this. So I guess they're kind of feeling their way around to make sure that, they are where they're supposed to be, what they're supposed to be doing to keep us all safe. And then our other restaurants are kind of waiting to see, I think, what the future will bring for them in their particular situation, because when you've got a small space like some of our restaurants do,
Mhm.
it's a very it's a challenge, to say the least, to try to get all that situated.
You go for intimate, but then when your intimate has to become very intimate, I would imagine it makes it very hard. And I'm not, I don't know about you, but I know I'm not quite ready yet to go back into the Eden environment myself.
Well, I think all of us are a little hesitant to do that right now. So, I think we're all in the same boat. I think us as consumers, as well as the businesses, are all in kind of foreign territory right now, trying to figure all this out.
Yeah, we've never had experienced anything like this before, that's for sure. So, what is the updates? The gyms, today's May 18th when we're recording this, so the gyms and the hair salons were able to reopen. Have you heard anything on those fronts from those type of businesses?
Well, thank goodness. Yes, I did hear from the hair salon, because I did get mine cut for the first time in, let's see, 12 weeks.
Oh, wow. Wow. Um, yeah, thank goodness for our hair salons reopening. What kind of assistance have you been giving to some of the local board members? Have there been calls regarding maybe the small business loans or the unemployment? Have there been issues with any of our fellow chamber members with any of that?
Yes, one in particular that I was able to give some assistance to. They were trying to file for their unemployment because it's a very small company with just herself and one employee. And so, with the volume of calls that the employment workforce department has received, they're not able to get to all the phones, even though they have increased their staff from 26 up to 500.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's the volume that they're receiving right now.
I think
So
I
I
heard
was,
where they're even adding, I don't know about South Carolina, but I've just heard, overall that they're just adding more people to the call centers because there's such a demand.
yes, and that's what is going on with South Carolina. That's why they have ramped up to over 500 right now. But even with that, you still can't get through to a person. So she was very distraught when I spoke with her last week. I was able to get in touch with my contact on the business services side of the employment and workforce, who in turn was able to get with someone from unemployment to give her a call back and walk her through what she needed to do.
Well, thank you for being able to help her. And we just appreciate you being able to help all of us if we need it. But um, so during this time, we've all gone to meeting remotely or, distancing. And so we're doing a lot of this, the using Zoom or the other video platforms. Have you had to get creative in using this to contact or to meet with chamber members?
Oh, absolutely. Um, I had planned on having our first administrative professionals day. And I was so excited. We were going to have a nice lunch and we were going to have all the administrative professionals to come in and have lunch and have a little presentation and do some fun games. And so then when all this came, everything came to a screeching halt. I wasn't going to let that change that because I felt like these people needed a little fun that day. So
Yeah.
I was able to, thank goodness for Dr. Sheila Quinn with the Clover School District, who was going to be my presenter, and her right hand person, Brian Dillon. And between the two of them, they were able to put together a webinar that I could see, they could see me, I could see them, and then everybody, we could see everybody, each other. So more of a professional than a regular Zoom, more
Mhm.
on the higher end. So we were able to do that, and I think they had a good time. We had about 19 on the call on the webinar, and everybody ate their lunch from where they were. And we had a couple of games. We had guess how many jelly beans are in the jar. Of course, I've been snacking on them since.
Of
Um,
course.
but we had the jelly bean challenge, and also we played some virtual bingo where I sent out everybody a bingo card. And so we had a winner with that, and then a winner for being the first one to sign up for the webinar. So it was definitely different, not anywhere close to what I had planned originally, but it worked. And you do what you got to do.
Do you foresee like anytime soon in the next couple months that you might be able to have a regular uh, join in person event?
Well, we are trying. And we have, like I said, we've been carefully watching and monitoring everything, but we're going to try to have our annual meeting maybe the end of the summer, maybe late August. So just kind of put out some feelers, put a survey out today, as a matter of fact, just to get kind of a feel for where everybody is and what people would feel comfortable doing. Of course, we're going to have to limit the number so that we can do the social distancing. So, there's a lot of planning going on that's not just your regular, grab a venue, grab a caterer, have a party. So that's what we're trying to do right now, is try to put all that together, and also pushing back. We were supposed to have some chamber after hours events this spring, so pushing those back into the fall as well.
Right. So, is there, I know that's all the questions I have for you. Is there anything else that you feel that we need to discuss?
Well, the only other thing I'd like to share is I am on the planning committee for the Clover High School senior parade that we're going to have
Oh,
on
nice.
May the 31st.
Oh, that's nice. Where will that be?
Well, we're finalizing the route now, so still in the planning stages. But if everybody will mark their calendars for May the 31st at 3 p.m. is when we're going to kick it off. So hopefully, we're going to have all 500 graduates from Clover High School to come and participate. And hopefully, everybody will come out in their front yards and bring their lawn chairs and their signs and their pom poms and just have a big time.
Yeah, these poor kids. No proms, no graduations, but life is definitely different right now. So, well, I'm just so glad that we could go ahead and meet together, Anne, and you could give everybody an update of what's happening with the Clover events. And
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate everything you do for us.
all right, Anne. So thank you for joining us. If you need to reach out to Anne, she's easily acceptable by reaching out to her email and her telephone number. So once again, thank you for joining us and have a great day.
Thanks. You too.